G'day my friends, Marty Ware here from Marty's Garden. I'm hanging out with my little mate Bobby. Yeah, he loves his dad. He's a Bobby boy. And we've got an exciting show for you today, but I know Bobby's excited because it's about the purple opal basil, and he loves to eat all the greens and herbs and things that are coming out of the garden because it's super duper healthy. And we're going to be covering commercial aspects, how to grow it in containers, in the ground, some tips and tricks along the way, and really cover things that you would not see normally about this online. And it's an amazing plant, and it is an annual, so you can only grow it through your summer periods unless you live in the tropics or you have a warm enough climate where you can get it in the greenhouse or indoors. Anyway, Bob is excited, so we're going to go and shoot some video, don't we, Bob? All right. Say bye. Say goodbye. Say see you soon. The purple basil has exactly the same flavour as its green sister, because this is where it originates from. And they must have crossbred and found some purple colouring starting to come out into the leaves, and then slowly worked on providing better genetics to produce that beautiful purple colour. Now, I'm still a huge fan of the green wide leaf basil, sweet aromatic basil. So yummy. So when growing purple basil in the ground, you need to really make sure that it's in a place, it's positioned out of strong winds and cold frost. If you get frost at certain times of the year, you want to place it in higher ground, just in case, because sometimes we get early and late frosts, and it's a good idea to have it protected. It doesn't like to have cool breezes and things like that. It is a warm weather climate plant, and it performs much better when it's taken care of with plenty of water. It likes a lot of compost, and it's a hardy plant. It is a tough plant, but if it's treated in not such a way where it's taken care of, it won't produce those beautiful leaves that we're after if we're going to be doing garnishes and salads. If you're not worried about it so much and you just want to use it for sauces and things like that, when we don't have to worry about the beauty of it so much, we're just going for the flavours and the textures then. All basil plants love being next to tomatoes. Yes, that is their favourite companion. And tomatoes love being next to basil. They improve the flavour of the basil, and they also improve disease resistance and pests. The opal basil and all the basils, they have their own essential oils inside, which build up over time to repel pests. And also they produce a colour spectrum that, when the pests are looking for the plants, they get disorientated because the colour spectrum confuses them. So it's not just the scent, it's also about the colour spectrum. And some people believe that certain plants also do secrete things into the soil as well. And we definitely know that there are plants that do that. And we'll cover that in other videos in time to come, such as the marigold does that, but it takes a long time for it to actually settle into the ground. So if I'm going to give you a three-way companion for basil, it would be the marigold, the tomato, sweet basil, and a little bit of parsley nearby would be the number 4. But the three that you want to keep together, because the nematodes are protected from the marigold, which protects the tomato and the sweet basil love being next to each other, and I've seen amazing results doing this. So I highly recommend that you plant your tomatoes next to your basil, whether it be any of the varieties, guys. This is one of my more mature purple basil plants, and it's growing in a self-watering container. Now, this really gets a lot of sun, guys. I wanted to see how well it would handle. I water it every day. It's really handling the heat. We're getting close to what you guys would say 100 over there in the US. We're getting 35s today, 37 in Lismore, so we'll probably hit around 34 here today. You can see the flowers coming through. Now, when these aren't stressed as much, the flowers are extremely pretty, and you could get those little flowers and pick them off and put them also into salads. And you could even take the flowers and put them in little ice cubes and make really cool drinks from them. Hey, maybe even some cocktails. So they do grow well in pots, but you know, when you're getting this extreme temperature, they won't look as good. So you really have to take good care of them. As you can see, this one's he's hanging in there, but it's a little bit stressed out because of the heat wave that we've been having here. Growing your purple opal basil in pots is a different story, because you can move it round, and when you can move it round, you can follow the sun, you can get out of extreme temperatures, you can, yeah, if it's a frost area, you can move it away. You know, you can bring it indoors when you want to harvest it, and it has a lot of options where you, if you're going to go away on holidays, you can have self-watering systems, the tanks underneath, and you don't have to be stressed out about losing your plants. And in really bad weather, you can bring it indoors as well, and even grow it on your windowsill. Now, I highly recommend that you use a very good potting mix, guys. Don't go for the cheap stuff. Stay away from the cheap stuff. If you've only got cheap stuff around, you need to add worm castings, some extra rock dust, and some compost and things like that to improve the structure of the potting mix. Now, potting mixes need to not be too compacted. If they're too fine and they get compacted, the soil gets compressed and there's no oxygen through the level of the pot, and so that means that the roots will suffer. A lot of people are using those, the grow bags, which produce a lot more oxygen through, and getting good results through those. I haven't used them as of yet much myself, but I possibly will in the future. So yeah, with growing in the containers, it's, you know, there are some advantages to it, but if you're going to grow it into a large plant, it needs to hold a couple of litres of soil. And in the winter, you want to have a darker pot, and in the summer, you want to have a lighter coloured pot container so the roots don't cook too much. And if you can, grow it in a pot with a tomato and a little bit of parsley, because they're all companions, just like I mentioned in the other part of the video. These are my purple basils. This is the purple opal variety, and they've gone from microgreen stage now into what we would call baby leaf stage. Now, they don't really call herbs baby leaf these days, but I'd like to categorize them in the 3 stages that I'll be discussing in our videos over this series. And you can actually now pick the tops out of these and put them in salads, and they look really, really pretty. And at the bottom, where you've got the new little leaves coming through here, they'll shoot out new stalks, or you can transplant them so they can keep growing through and you can keep picking out. Now they look beautiful. So if you're creating like a flower salad or a microgreen salad, you stick these on top, just along the top of the salads, just to bring out that amazing color and also that aromatic flavor that it gives. Over here in the grow house, you can see that these are a more mature plant. Now, these are around about 35 to 40 centimeters tall. It's 2.5 centimeters to an inch, so I don't know, 10, 12 inches, something like that. And I'll just give you an idea of the size of the leaf, because you can put my hand there next to it. And also, these look amazing in the tops of salads. So if you're doing a larger salad, a larger mixed salad, you just, again, snip off the tops and a few leaves and mix it around in your salad. Now, when I'm selling my salads, I like to make them in layers. So there's like different layers of each variety, and then on the top I'll put the most amazing colors. So when they open it up, they get these little flowers and beautiful colors, and the aroma just comes straight out of the bag or the container that you're providing it in. Now, these are growing in the grow house, as I said, and they get better color when they've got a little bit more shade. They get darker, and the tops are always more purple, and they get more green as you go down below. So what about microgreens and purple opal microgreens? Well, the thing is with microgreens, right, is most of them are a one cut product. And we need to be a bit careful with that, because if the seed is very expensive and we only get one cut, we've got to charge quite a lot of money for it. And also we don't get certain plants such as the the basil have a very small leaf. So I like the concept more of actually like getting the first cut, letting it get bigger, and selling it as like a mini baby leaf, because then you get the ongoing onset. Now, basil also makes awesome tucker, man, and it's so good for you. And what I've done is it's actually, when I was doing my research on this plant, I found out that there is so much to it. This, like, I've got this torticollis on my neck, and it actually helps relieve a lot of symptoms actually for this. And I've put a blog post together over at martyware.com.au, and there's a link in this YouTube video that send you over there and give you a concept on health benefits of it, because the oil inside it, that's contained inside it, that they actually do extract for essential oils, is an amazing oil. And the purple color holds those antioxidants that you get in the purple berries and things. So look, I'm more excited. The more I look into this plant, the more excited I am about it, and the more I'm going to grow it. And you know, you can use it in pestos. You can make like different colored pestos. You can make crazy sauces. You can make amazing salads with it. And I'll hunt down a couple of recipes and put it in the blog post as well, guys, because I know that you'll want to do that. Now, to store it, you need to either dry it or get it into some olive oil or something like that, and contain it that way, and make a beautiful olive oil, the purple leaf, which just looks so nice in an olive oil jar or an olive oil bottle with a little bit of garlic. Oh, sweet as. You can maybe even think of some other things that you can add to it. Now, if you've got other ideas that you'd like to add to this show, because as a community, we can really all get together and help each other. And if you've got any recipes, any links or anything like that heading across to any recipes, any really cool ideas and extra concepts about the purple opal basil, then I'd really like to hear from you down in the comments area down below, so we can keep this story going, because it's an ever unfolding thing. I just love the purple opal basil, and I hope you do too. Keep an eye open and an ear open for more on this series of In Search Of. Most of it's going to be around the farm in the very beginning, and then later we're going to branch out and go looking for other amazing plants, crops, and foods that you can grow at home to save money, grow fresh food fast, and even, yeah, have a little hobby farm just like me and learn the tips and tricks along the way. Have a great day, happy gardening, and we'll see you at the next video real soon. Say goodbye, Bob. Say goodbye.